Okay, so this is Sefirat Omer, the count of the Omer. This is for the day of Malchut Sheb Chesed, and this is the end of the week of Chesed. So as we end the week of Chesed and count Malchut of Chesed, let us remember, and please don't watch this on Yom Tov. Please watch it before or after, but not on Yom Tov. Thank you. Okay, so let us remember that love must be at the core of everything. No matter the type of relationship or situation we may find ourselves in, it is essential to keep our focus on love. How do we give our love to others? It isn't just our emotions and resources. It's also through our talents and gifts that God blesses us with. This is how we bring true and lasting impact to those around us. And this is the essence of Malchut of Chesed. To further explore what we are saying, God created a world with a set of rules. These rules govern the physical and spiritual worlds. Even God does not break them. Rather, he uses them in a way that enables miracles to happen. The same is true for all the miracles we witness in our own lives. The look of nature may be changed, but the rules remain intact and no new ones are created. But at the core of creation is a divine rule known as the rule of attraction, or this is a rule not based on gravity, but rather on love. Love has the power to connect one thing with another and bring them together. Ultimately, it is love that controls the entire universe. The law of love governs all. So as we come to the end of the week of Chesed, it is important to remember that love is the unifying force behind all things. God controls the world through love. When two separate entities wish to become one, the way to do it is through the power of love. And in our current world, people may come together for a number of reasons that have nothing to do with true love, such as wealth or status. However, it is only with love that two bodies can truly become one, creating an unbreakable unity and connection. A man and a woman can make the decision to be together for many reasons, but this alone is not enough to make their relationship last. Initially, attraction may bring them into contact with each other, leading to friendship, compatibility, and eventually love. Only through love can two people create an unbreakable connection and union that will stand the test of time, even if they have come together in a less than traditional way. Without love, all relationships are ultimately shallow and immature. It is love that creates true unity between a man and a woman. People are drawn together by a common force, whether they are attracted to each other physically, looking to have a good time, or something else. The same rule applies. Things come together through attraction. Love is a one-way street, as expressed by the Hebrew term chad sitri. It pulls, never pushes. This law of attraction binds two things together, people or objects, through its power of attraction. So attraction is not limited to people. A man in a bakery may be drawn to a cookie simply because of its taste and flavor, or appearance too. He doesn't necessarily love the cookie, but loves how it makes him feel when he eats it. A woman walks down Fifth Avenue. There are many attractions from one window to the next. Gucci handbags, shirts, list goes on. In nature, everything has the power of love, known as koach mesicha. So this power allows things to attract each other and form a bond or connection. This same concept applies even in humorous examples such as a man and a cookie or a woman in a Gucci bag. So how do animals know which partner is right for them? Through this power of attraction. Before Noah's flood, many animals were attracted to each other of different species. This caused them to go extinct, and only species that did not mate with each other survived. This shows us how diverse the animal kingdom used to be before the flood and how attraction worked a bit differently. Power of love, or koach mesicha, is everywhere in nature. This law of attraction causes animals to be drawn to their partners of the same species, but how do they know which animal to be attracted to? The answer lies in this mysterious power of attraction. God set it up that no matter the creature or the species, nature always has a way of bringing the right animals together. So when we consider the creation of the world, it is clear that God did so with love. He did not create it with anger or hatred, but rather with love. Moreover, he continues to govern and control the world through love. So when a king rules his country, the term for this is molech. So the melech, mem lamed chaf, is the king who governs and controls the land. So the same way, the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, is the melech, the king who rules over and controls the world through Malchut. This Malchut, or kingdom, is Malchut Sheb Chesed, the kingdom of Chesed, loving kindness. And God rules and controls the world through the power of love. We know He created the world with love, yet it is also through love that He continues to reign and control. The term for this is Malchut Sheb Chesed. His kingship, ruling and governing, all come from a place of Chesed, loving kindness and compassion. Not only did God create the world with love, but He is also ruling all of us with love. As we embark on this journey, in the 7 weeks leading up to Shavuot, or Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, we will soon see a very powerful example of God's love for us. The story states that he turned the mountain upside down in order to bestow his love upon us. This shows an unbelievable level of love and kindness from God. So Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, also embodies Malchut Sheb Chesed. The ruling and controlling come from a place of love and Chesed. While it may appear to come from Gevura, severity, because it is clothed in the garment of commandments, this action was really God's way of showing us his love. So practically speaking, each of us has the power to influence our world in other worlds. In other words, we are all kings. We can each find ways in which our presence can influence others. For example, a parent-child relationship. As a parent, one is the king of the house. That does not mean to be taken out of context. Rather, it is to say that the parent is in control. Similarly, if one is the boss in a business or head of an organization, they're the king of that respective area. Everyone is gifted with the ability to be a giver, the mashpia, in some area of their life. It is, why is it possible for everyone to be a giver? Because each and every one of us has a spark, Malchut Shemayim, a piece of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy and Blessed be He. This gives us the authority and responsibility to serve as a leader in some small realm, whether it be within our family, workplace, or anywhere else. We all have this spark within us, which gives us the feeling that by default we have something in common, be it a shared background or a sense of connection. This is particularly evident when we meet someone from the same background, as we are able to bridge any distance and form an instant connection. And it's interesting because, if you go to another country and you let's say you've lived there for 20 years or something like that in another country, you immigrated somewhere. If you come across somebody from your country or your culture, you're going to connect with them a lot more. But anyway, do you know where you sit? Do you know where you see it the most? So when Israelis anywhere in the world outside of Israel see each other from across the room, they will most likely greet each other with a warm ma nishma. So at that moment, it feels like they have become friends, even though they're in the middle of nowhere. It's amazing how Israelis who do not seem to connect much at home can become best friends once they meet each other abroad. They know everyone everywhere. When two Israelis meet in Miami, for example, they instantly bond. One will ask where the other is from, and then it could easily be followed by, "Oh, my cousin is from this city," and of course, "I know your cousin," and this happens with Hasidim. They recognize each other by their dress, and they meet each other abroad. It's like, "How are you?" They're best friends. You know what? And this can happen with you and Hashem. So a lot of times, people struggle with, maybe doing their prayers on time. Let's say, like maybe you got up late and you missed Shacharit, or maybe you were so busy in the afternoon that you missed Mincha. So, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, will try and be like, you missed it, like Hashem, there's no point in doing it now. Hashem, he sees that you've really screwed up or something like that. You get these thoughts in your head. But in reality, think of it not in that way, but that Hashem really wants to see you home. Let's just say you're a parent and it's a stormy, wintry, stormy night, and your child, your teenager, was out somewhere, maybe running something to the grocery store to get some groceries, or coming back from someplace, and they're supposed to be home at a certain time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever it is, and they're not making it, and it's a wintry storm outside, and it's like, that parent, expects, and they'd love to see their child home safe, right? So the same thing with Hashem. Like when they finally come home, it's not going to be like, oh, like shame on you because you got home late, even though it was wintry and stuff like that out there storming. But it's like the parent is like so glad to see that their child is home safe and back with them. And Hashem is the same way. You miss a prayer, just pick it up where you left off. Pick it up where you left off. Don't try and ruin the relationship and create a barrier and a wall and think that Hashem disapproves of this and it's like this is the end of it. No, it's not. It's an opportunity to actually connect deeper rather than it being on the same level of that relationship. So having that gap is actually an opportunity to have a deeper tefillah, a deeper prayer, a deeper connection with Hashem. So it's the same way with meeting people across the world and things like that. Like there's these opportunities to meet people on a deeper level. Okay, so human connection knows no bonds, even across galaxies. Hypothetically, if a human were to meet another human from Earth on some alien planet, it would be like, "Hey, how are you? I'm also from Earth." We have an intimate attraction to each other. This is a connection of creation. If two people are stuck on a deserted island, They can go from being enemies to best of friends in no time, all because of the spark of God in us. This spark enables us not only want a connection with one another, but also to be givers. We become like kings and queens. To show love to another person, we must take the power of Malchut of Chesed. This is the ruling and control of land like a king, but done with love. This week we must consider, how are we showing our love? How are we giving love? How are we making space for other people? That's how we can reveal our true love to another person. The Torah teaches us that one of the greatest mitzvot is known as Ahavat Yisrael, to love another person unconditionally. Consequently, one of the worst sins in the Torah is sinat chinam, baseless hatred, to hate someone for no reason. It can be difficult to express this love, even when we don't like that person. However, we can draw power from Malchut Sheb Chesed and express our love in a meaningful way. It is useful to recognize your own kingdom or Malchut. For one person, they may state, I'm the father of a family. This is my kingdom. This is where I am the king. Someone else might be the leader of friends, while still another may be the CEO of a company. The idea here is not to wear a crown, but rather to give to show love and kindness in whatever territory you inhabit. Okay, so you must find out where you are the giver. God has gifted us all with talents and interests, no matter how unique or ordinary, whether it's weaving rugs, cooking, gardening, painting, or being a good parent. If you don't use the gifts given to us to help others somehow, then we are not fulfilling our purpose. Money may come into play in certain contexts, but it should not be the ultimate goal. Take the talents you have been given and bring value to this world. That is their purpose. So today, take the time to think about what talents and abilities God gifted you with. What is your kingdom, so to speak? And once these have been identified, think about how you can make use of them in the hashpia, influence, and bring life, love, and chesed into another person's life. It may not always be easy, but by doing so, you can truly bring transformation. Practically speaking, when you find out where you are the king, remember the king is a giver. So constantly giving to others. This is the power of Malchut Sheb Chesed. God created and continues to create the world from moment to moment. In addition to enlivening the world, he also sustains it. As we recite in Birkat HaMazon, the grace after meals, he provides sustenance for the entire world with grace, with kindness, and with mercy. So we must apply this teaching and use our talents to give to others, whether one person or millions. Quantity is irrelevant. Quality reigns supreme in unlocking this power and making an eternal impact.